This was actually my first Inktober. I had been looking at it for a little while and I was like, maybe I should do it. And I was like, I'm just going to do it. So I don't have the best commitment to challenges like this. So I was a little worried about doing it. But I did finish the whole challenge. I may not have done every single day. Like the most I skipped was like 2 days. And then I do 3 on one day. So I didn't do it every single day, but I did do 31 drawings. And I did follow the prompt list for the most part. So my idea for Inktober was that I would do like mythological creatures or that type of thing, or mythical creatures. I would do that in addition to following the official Inktober prompt list. I was going to take the word and then apply it to a mythological creature or something of the sort. That was my idea, at least. I think I kind of followed it. I kind of followed my mythological creatures idea, and I kind of followed the prompt list. I mostly did the prompt list, but for some of them, I left it very open for interpretation. But here is my Inktober. I know I'm so late. I'm very late. I was very active on Instagram on my Inktober, but not on here because of technical difficulties. But either way, here's my Inktober drawing set. I don't know what to call it. My Inktober collection, I guess. So this is day 1, and day 1 was Swift. And when I thought Swift, obviously I automatically thought of something flying. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do an owl. But then I was like, that didn't go with my theme. So I said, I'm going to do a sprite. And this is actually my least favorite of the whole month. I didn't really like this one. I did decide that I was going to stick to only traditional black and white inks, though. So this one I did add water to it, so it's more grayscale. But my plan was mostly black and white inks. And this one did not turn out how I thought it would. I do not like this one. She is just hideous. My owl's okay, but I mean, he's okay, but she is not very attractive looking. So this was day 1, and this was Swift. And this was day 2, and I do like this one. I like the way this one turned out a lot. This was Divided, so I thought I'd do like a 2-headed succubus type thing. So that I thought went with my theme. And this time I decided to do some shading with a little bit of hatching. I don't think I used that much in Inktober, but for this one at least, I thought I should shade with some hatching. It just looked kind of flat to me without it. But this is day 2, and this is Divided, and she is they are a 2-headed succubus. So for day 3, this one was Poison, and when I thought Poison, I immediately thought of like a toadstool, and I thought that it'd be cool to do like a toadstool sprite or fairy. I mean, I call her a sprite, and this was kind of supposed to make up for my very horrible winged sprite in day 1. So for Poison, I did a poisoned toadstool sprite, and I did this time. I did think it'd be cute to do a little pink watercolor on this one. So I did cheat a little bit. It's not all ink. I was going back and forth for a while on whether I should do her head in red watercolor or just leave it black and white like it is. But I finally decided I'm just going to stick with the Inktober theme. And I wasn't sure if anyone would know that she was a toadstool. I was worried they'd think it was like a weird helmet, and that's why I added these. I figured it'd make it more obvious that she's a mushroom lady. So this one is day 5. This one is day 4, and this is Underwater. So obviously underwater, I immediately thought mermaid, especially with my theme. It went with my theme, it went with the prompt list, and that worked out perfectly fine for me. I didn't want to do like a traditional mermaid. I didn't want to do like pretty face, really long hair. So I thought I'd do like this like mermaid queen, more like a, what do you call it? Like Creature from the Black Lagoon type thing, but more on the pretty side. So that was my idea. It did get very grayed out for me. I wish I would have stuck to more black and whites and less grayscale, because it does get kind of muddy all in here for me. I drew so much detail in it, and then I just painted right over it, so can't really tell. But I think after this is when I decided to start sticking to mostly black and whites and less grayscale on the inks. So this is day 5, and this is Long. So when I thought long, I immediately thought of of a unicorn with a long horn. So I thought I'd do like a unicorn girl, just because I love doing portraits. And I thought it went perfectly great with my theme. I gave her some very big eyes because she's a unicorn, and then I gave her some, I don't know if you call those like horse ears. I don't know what they are, but yeah, I thought she was pretty cute. She was one of my favorites from the whole cat hair on here. She was one of my favorites from the whole set, definitely. Okay, so this is day 6, and this one is sword. And I thought it went with the theme at least, because when I thought sword, I thought of an elf, and I was like, oh, an elf goes perfectly. And then I drew her, and she kind of turned into like a vampire elf. But I feel like the Inktober official prompt list is open for interpretation, and I interpreted it as someone that would carry a sword, and that was an elf. So this is what I have, and she's pretty cute to me too. Okay, so this is day 7, and this is Shy, and I do believe this is in my like top 3 of my favorites for the whole Inktober collection. This is definitely one of my favorites. So she's a flower sprite. I enjoy doing sprites, obviously, and I thought I'd do her just hiding in a little pot. I thought she was pretty cute. She was definitely one of my most popular ones on Instagram, at least, and she was one of my favorites for the whole month. I really like this one. So this is day 8, and this one is crooked. So my idea was that I do like a little goat guy or girl. I'm not really sure what gender this one is. So I thought I'd do like a goat girl or guy, and that I'd make one horn set different from the other horn, and that would make it look kind of like crooked. At this point, I think this night I had went to my sister's house, or I went to someone's house, and I came home and it was like 11 o'clock. I had to be up at 5 o'clock the next morning, and I was like, I'm just going to do something really quickly. So this one was kind of a cop-out a little bit, because I did do it very fast, and it's not the best. I do think it still came out okay, though. I don't think this is like the worst one of the pile, because I do have a least favorite one, and that is day 1. So this is day 8, and this is crooked. Okay, I lied. This might be my least favorite one. I forgot she was in here. So this is day 9, and this is Screech. So my idea was to do a harpy, and if I was going to do a harpy, I figured I'd make her half owl, half lady. So there's like feathers for her eyebrows, and then she has like the owl face, where I was kind of do like a barn owl, where they have that like that circle thing going on. I'll put a picture of a barn owl so you can see what I'm talking about. The circle thing they have going on in their face. But when I did that, it made her look like a clown. So that was not good. So instead of being a half owl, half lady, she was like a half owl beak clown looking girl. She did not turn out how I wanted. And I love harpies, so I really wanted her to turn out great, but it didn't work out. Okay, this is day 10, and this one is gigantic. This is one of the few ones that I did in the month that did not have an actual person in it. And I actually really like the way this one turned out. I had seen a post a while ago on, I believe it was Pinterest, and it was a picture of a deer, and it was like light had hit its eyes, and both of its eyes were shining, and then there was another third light on its forehead. I was like, that is the coolest picture ever. So when I did this one, that's when I kind of was channeling that thing, and I really like this one. Actually, this is one of my favorites from the whole month. So this is day 10, and this is gigantic. Okay, this is day 11, and this one is run. This is one of the days that I did not follow the prompt list at all. I wasn't feeling the word run, so I did my own thing. I was like, I'm gonna do an alien, so because I love doing aliens. So this was definitely not a part of the prompt list, but this did actually make me want to kind of get this tattoo to myself. I really like this one. I think this one would be a cool tattoo design, even though I didn't follow the prompt list at all. So this is day 11, and this is run. This is day 12, and this is Shattered. So I thought I'd do like a fawn girl, a satyr girl. I'm not really sure what I should call her, but either way, she's like a goat girl. So she has her little horns, and she has her little ears. And I thought it'd be cool to do like a demon goat girl. So she had 4 eyes, but I didn't want to do the regular double-eyed look. So I went for this like crisscross kind of eye look. I thought it was pretty cool. It didn't get the greatest response on Instagram, not like my other ones, but I still really like this one. I think it turned out cool. I love the way her eyes look. So this was a win for me. So this is day 12 and this is shattered. Obviously her horn is shattered, so it follows the prompt. So this is day 13 and this is teaming. When I was going through the Instagram feed for this word, like during Inktober, most people were doing like bees. But for me, when I first thought of teaming, I thought like teaming with anger. So I did this little angry troll girl. I think she's pretty cute. She actually reminds me of this customer that comes to the store I work at. Like, she looks just like her. But I don't want to call that lady a troll, but she looks just like her. So in my mind, I call her Anne. That's the lady's name. But yeah, this is day 13 and this is teaming. Okay, so for day 14, I did not follow the prompts for this one. This night, I had went to my mother's house and I only had this with me. I think I had like a pen and I borrowed one of her highlighters. So for this night, that's why it's in my sketchbook. I drew it up and did it at her house. And it didn't follow the prompt list at all because I was not feeling following the prompt list that night. It didn't have all the materials I wanted. So I just did something quick and easy. And my sister has been calling her like super vegan or whatever, but because she has cacti growing out of her head. But this is day 14 and it's supposed to be fierce, but it doesn't follow the prompt list. So this is day 15 and this is mysterious. So for this day, this is one of the only, I think I only have 3 where it's a full covered page, you know, instead of just a bunch of white space. So this is day 15 and this is mysterious. And I thought I'd do like a mysterious floating head goblin lady. So I hadn't done a goblin at this point, so I thought it'd be pretty cool to do her. I don't particularly like her face. I like the image as a whole. I don't like her face that much, but a lot of people liked her, so win. This is day 16 and this prompt was fat. This was one of my favorite ones to do. Number 1, because I got to do another unicorn, and number 2, because she's freaking adorable. She was one of the cutest ones, I think, from the whole month. I thought she was pretty cute. I love her little star. So yeah, toot my own horn a little bit. I think she's adorable. So this was day 16 and this was fat. Okay, this is day 17 and this one was graceful. So when I thought of graceful, I thought of like, I don't know why, like rhinestones just came into my head, or like diamonds or stones, luxurious crystals. So that's why I thought graceful. I thought crystals. I thought I'm gonna do a crystal lady. I don't really know what to call her. She's like a crystal something or other. So I think she still falls into my my sub theme within the prompts, but I'm not really sure what type of creature she is. But I do like her. I do like the way this one turned out a lot. Even though I did use grayscale in this one, which I said I wasn't going to do much of, I still like the way I varied the line weight, because I don't do that a lot. I don't really vary line weights. So this one I like. Okay, this is day 18, and this one is filthy. So after I was done drawing this whole thing, I realized that he has antlers, so that makes him a boy. So he's a very pretty boy with antlers. And for this one, I just did like a little deer boy. Not much going on here. Kind of inspired by all the people that dress up for deers as Halloween. You know, this is like the basic look they go for. So this one is day 18 and it's filthy. He's been running around in the forest all day and he's all dirtied up. Okay, this one is a complete cop-out. I was not feeling this day at all, clearly, and I was like, I'm going to do whatever I want. So this day was cloud, and I just did a random girl with some clouds in her eyes and a little janky moon, and this one's horrible, so we're going to keep it moving. Okay, this is day 20, and this one is deep, and I feel like it goes with the theme. I think she's like a little weird creature. I feel like she could go with the theme deep. My sister was calling her a jewel-faced weirdo. Which I thought was funny, but I really like her actually. She kind of reminds me of my my day 6, which was sword. She kind of reminds me of my little elf girl, so I feel like they would fit into the same universe together. this was day 21, and this was Furious. And I thought I'd do like a little witch lady who's angry about something and is about to put a hex on you. So I like her. I like how wide her head is. I don't do a lot of wide heads, so I thought she was pretty cool looking. And I love a flower crown, obviously. If I can pick the paper up. Okay, so this is another cop-out day. I was not feeling this day. This is 22, and this is Trail. Obviously, it doesn't go with the word at all. I was doing whatever I wanted that day. I believe this was a day where I was trying to catch up. I'm pretty sure I did the witch, her, and the next one all in the same day. So this was my one cop-out piece for the day. Because the witch I thought was pretty cool. And the next one I thought I did a good job on. But this one, I kind of was like, I'm going to do whatever I want. So this is day 23, and this one is Juicy. For some reason, I feel like it goes with the word. I don't know. I feel like it goes with the word juicy. So I thought I'd do like a little flower demon. I thought she was cute. And that's all I have to say about her. Her face was a little crooked though. That's okay. She can be like a Scott McCall type person. A little crooked draw. Okay. So my day 24 is Blind. This obviously goes with the prompt, because she does not have any eyes. I really like this one because it's one of the only ones with a body besides day 1, which is, we're not even going to talk about day 1. I really like how creature-esque she is and how she's like kind of leading you into her weird forest even though she can't see, and she has like these scales, and I thought this one was pretty good. So this is day 24, and this is Blind, and I enjoyed this one a lot. Okay, this is day 25, and this is Ship. So I did follow the prompt, and this is one of the most basic images that you could ever have. So I know this is basic and it's been done 1,000 times before, but I thought I'd do a Kraken or a Clulu or whatever you want to call it. I thought I'd do one at least. I mean, everybody has to have one of like the tropes or whatever you want to call it. You know, everybody has to have one of these. So I thought I'd do like a little, I mean, this ship picture has been seen everywhere. I think I just looked up a ship on Instagram and like drew out the silhouette of what I saw. So I'm not claiming ownership of the ship look, but this is what I came up with for day 25, which was Ship. Okay, this is day 26, and this one is Squeak. I had a lot of fun with this one. I thought this one was cute. Obviously, she's a mouse. It's just like, I mean, there's not much characteristic to say she's a mouse. That kind of reminds me of Mean Girls, where she's like, duh, I'm a mouse. But yeah, so she has little mouse ears, and she has little rat teeth, little mouse teeth, I guess. And I enjoyed this one. Actually, what I really learned about this Inktober was that I don't have to draw heads to the bottom of the page and cut off the necks right here. I mean, I knew I didn't have to do that, but I was doing that a lot. So what I started to actually do is just like round out the body more like a tattoo artist would do if they were drawing a portrait and stopping it at one point. So that's what I started to do. I think that was a good thing to learn during Inktober. I feel like that was a nice lesson to learn. I also learned that I really like when there's a very, very dark hair against all the other light going on in the picture. So I really enjoy like solid dark hair against everything else, against all the line work. So most people did people falling or tripping or whatever for fall, but I actually wanted to do a girl, like a fall girl, you know, like she had leaves in her hair. She has a nice big fall moon behind her, so that was my idea for fall. And as you can see, once again, I have the thing where I don't stop directly at the neckline. I think this makes it look a lot more elegant when you just taper it off. And that's one thing I really learned from Inktober that I really like. So this is day 29, and this is United. So I did follow the prompt. I didn't follow my inner theme because she has nothing to do with the mythological creature or anything like that. It's also kind of boring, but this was getting to the very end, and I was kind of burned out at this point. I really was. It's so hard to draw something every single day. Like I knew it was going to be hard. I didn't think it'd be that hard, but I am very glad that I finished. I'm proud that I did the whole 31 days. So this is day 30, and this is Found. I guess she kind of could go with the prompt. Like maybe she's an alien that got found, a little baby alien or something. Maybe she got found somewhere. But yeah, this one, okay, I'm lying. It probably wasn't going with the prompt. But either way, this was getting towards the end, and I was just kind of like doing whatever I wanted, less following the prompts, more drawing what I felt like drawing that day, because otherwise I'd end up with crap. So I actually really like this one. I think her hair is pretty cute, and I like the dark against the light of her face. So for the final day, I figured I'd have to follow the prompt, and this one is mask. So for this day, I actually modeled this after my Halloween costume. So for Halloween, I wore a jewel mask like this. Basically, you could not see anything, you couldn't see my eyes, but I could see. But everyone kept asking me if I could see all day, and everyone was getting really scared. People were walking down the street, and they were like moving away from me. So I think I did good on the creep factor for Halloween this year. So this was modeled after it, and I'll put a picture where you can see what I looked like for Halloween, because I thought I looked pretty freaking cool. I took my niece and nephew trick-or-treating, so that was fun. But I had a lot of fun doing Inktober. I enjoyed looking at everyone's pictures on Instagram and on YouTube, and being part of this thing, you know, because before this, I had never participated in it before. I don't think I've ever done a challenge where more than one person does it, so that was fun for me. I really did enjoy Inktober. I'm definitely going to do it next year. I'm still probably going to do a sub-theme, because I feel like that helps tie everything together. If I have a theme within the prompt list, it won't be like all over the place willy-nilly. So, yeah, I definitely have fun doing Inktober, and I'll do it again next year, definitely. And I did get some really good gems out of Inktober. Some of them were crap, but I feel like I did get some really good ones. Definitely not this. We're going to hide that one. But overall, I really do think that Inktober has helped me a lot. Which is supposed to do. It's supposed to help your skills, your traditional skills and everything. And I really do feel like it's helped. And I really feel like it's helped me find a lot of what I really love to do. So that has been fun. Like, I love doing portraits with just a head, or with like just the neck. I gotta find one. Like this. Where it kind of cuts off like that. So it really helped me find something that I really like to do. So that's always good. And Inktober was fun. I don't have anything else to say except I'm really late, but I made it to the party. I'm late, but I made it. So that's all.